Hello and good morning to all of you. I hope all of you are doing well and all of you are in good health. In today's class, we will discuss some of the amendments that were brought to the Information Technology Act 2000. To begin with, the amendment of 2008. This amendment introduced the most controversial section, that is section 66A, into this act. Let us see what are the features of section 66A. Section 66A gave authorities the power to arrest anyone accused of posting content on social media that could be deemed offensive. This amendment was passed in the Parliament without any debate. As per the said section, a person could be convicted if proven on the charges of sending any information that is grossly offensive or has menacing character. It also made it an offense to send any information that the sender knows to be false, but for the purpose of annoyance, inconvenience, danger, obstruction, insult, injury, criminal intimidation, enmity, hatred, or ill will, does it through a computer or electronic device. The penalty prescribed for the above was up to 3 years of imprisonment with a fine. After the said amendment, there were various arguments raised by the experts against section 66A. Experts stated that the term offensive, menacing, annoyance, etc. were vague and ill-defined or not defined at all. Anything could be concluded as offensive by anybody. There was a lot of scope for abuse of power using this provision to intimidate people working in the media. This also curbed the freedom of speech and expression enshrined as a fundamental right in the Indian Constitution. This section was used most notably to arrest persons who made any uncharitable remarks or criticisms against politicians. The Supreme Court, however, in the year 2015, struck down this section of the IT Act, saying that it was unconstitutional as it violated Article 19(1)(a) of the Indian Constitution, that is, the freedom of speech and expression. This was in the famous Shreya Singhal versus Union of India case 2015. The next amendment is Section 69A. Section 69A empowers the authority to intercept, monitor, or decrypt any information generated, transmitted, received, or stored in any computer resource if it is necessary or useful to do so in the interest of the sovereignty or integrity of India, defense of India, the security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, or public order, or for preventing incitement to the commission of any cognizable offense or for investigation of any offense. It also empowers the government to block internet sites in the interest of the nation. The law also contains procedural safeguards for blocking any website. When parties opposed to this section stated that this section violated the right to privacy, the Supreme Court contended that national security is above individual privacy. The Apex Court upheld the constitutional validity of the section. The recent banning of certain Chinese apps were done citing provisions under Section 69A of the IT Act. Now let us talk about the 2015 Amendment Bill. The bill was initiated to make amendments to the Act for the protection of fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution of India to its citizens. The bill made an attempt to make changes to Section 66A, which provides for the punishment for sending offensive messages through electronic means. The section did not define what amounts to offensive messages and what act would constitute the offense. It was further struck down by the Supreme Court of India in the case of Shreya Singhal, declaring it as a violation of Article 19(1)(a), that is, freedom of speech and expression. Now let us discuss the Information Technology Intermediaries Guidelines 2018. The government in the year 2018 issued some guidelines for intermediaries in order to make them accountable and regulate their activities. Some of these are: the intermediaries were required to publish and amend their privacy policies so that the citizens could be protected from unethical activities like pornography, objectable messages and images, and messages spreading hatred, etc. They must provide the information to the government as and when it's sought for, within 72 hours for national security. It is mandatory for every intermediary to appoint a nodal person of contact for 24/7 service. They must have technologies that could help in reducing unlawful activities done online. And the rules also break end to end encryption if needed to determine the origin of harmful messages. In the year 2021, the Government of India drafted the Intermediaries Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code. The Government of India in the year 2021 drafted certain rules to be followed by the intermediaries. The rules made it mandatory for the intermediaries to work with due diligence and appoint a grievance officer. They were also required to form a grievance appellant tribunal. All complaints from the users must be acknowledged within 24 hours and resolved within 15 days. Now let us talk about misuse and abuse of modern technologies. We have seen that artificial intelligence and machine learning has become an integral part of the modern business processes, as it provides for automated prediction by analyzing large volume of data and discovering patterns influencing profitability. But in the contrary, the same features are being misused and abused by cybercriminals for their ill gains. Now let us discuss some of the important examples. To start with, deepfakes. Deepfakes make use of AI techniques to craft or manipulate audio and visual content for these to appear authentic. Combination of deep learning and fake media makes deepfake perfectly suited for use in future disinformation campaigns because they are difficult to immediately differentiate from legitimate content, even using the most evolved of the modern technological solutions. Because of the worldwide use of the internet and social media, deepfake can now reach to millions of users or individuals in different parts of the world at unprecedented speed, raising tremendous concern. The next example is AI supported password guessing. Cybercriminals are now employing machine learning to improve algorithms for guessing users' password. With the use of neural networks and generative adversarial networks, cybercriminals are now able to analyze vast password datasets and generate password variations that fit the statistical distributions. The next example is human impersonation on social networking platforms. Cybercriminals are also abusing artificial intelligence to imitate human behavior. For example, they are now able to successfully target bot detection systems on social media platforms such as Spotify by mimicking human-like usage patterns. Through this AI supported impersonation, cybercriminals can then monetize the malicious system to generate fraudulent streams and traffic for a specific artist. Another good example is AI supported hacking. Cybercriminals are also weaponizing artificial intelligence framework for hacking vulnerable hosts for information gathering, crafting, and exploits. Now, this brings us to the end of the fourth session. Thank you very much for your patience hearing.